What's a disproven parenting myth that way too many people still believe? To prevent allergies, avoid giving your child these foods until they are much older. It has been proven over and over again that exposing your child to traditionally allergy-prone foods in very small amounts when they are younger drastically reduces allergy potential. Even to the point of doing so in utero. Yep. I was told not to worry about eating peanuts while pregnant as it will not cause baby to become allergic and may actually help. Then we got to a discussion about my allergies, which are peanuts. She looked at me and said to disregard her previous advice about it being safe to eat peanuts. Had a bit of a giggle about that. My brother's wife lost her peanut allergy sometime after pregnancy somehow. Used to break out everywhere when she got exposed to food with peanuts or peanut oil in them, so she avoided it persistently. About a year after having her first kid, she ate something cooked with peanut oil and expected to break out. When she found out, nothing happened. Slowly tested with eating peanut butter crackers and then roasted peanuts. Nothing. Pregnancy does some unpredictable things to your body sometimes, apparently. Not only pregnancy. The allergic reactions can come and go with the age. I've lost some allergies that I suffered and gained a couple of different ones. And also, my mother was extremely allergic to parfaits and aromatic things, and after menopause it just went away. My dad was well into his 50s when he developed a peanut allergy. He used to eat peanut butter on toast at least weekly or more often, and PB cookies, etc. When it got bad enough that he realized what the problem was, he also realized why he almost always had a sore throat. Stopped eating peanuts, and that and other symptoms cleared up in days. I hope he might find something else to enjoy eating. My mother, on the contrary, has her all life a lot of trouble with allergies, and after hitting 50 all of them were gone as far as she knew. That nonverbal kids don't understand what you say. This one is common in the autism community. Wow, I didn't realize people thought this about nonverbal kids. I had a nonverbal kid, I'm a teacher, and he absolutely understood what was being said. Sometimes it'd take just a bit, but he almost always got there. I absolutely adored him. He was so sweet, kind, curious, and intelligent. I didn't realize this either. My niece is nonverbal, but she definitely understands, and she's very smart. She also has selective hearing though, lol. I think all kids, and cats, have selective hearing, lol. Our son is nonverbal, and I could list a million times when he very clearly understood what we were saying. We're making progress with an iPad program using visual icons, and it's amazing to start seeing what he knows but couldn't express honestly. Once you get to know someone enough, you communicate so much without verbal language anyway. This morning when I took him to school, he led me over to their touchscreen TV, touched one of the learning programs to open it, and started showing me how he could match the pictures and colors. Then he took my hand and started having me do it, giggling and watching me. I'm pretty sure he wanted to teach me how to play too. Just because his ways of communicating are different than most people doesn't make his thoughts and feelings any less valid. The advent of technology has really been incredible for severely disabled children. My auntie has a daughter that was born with severe needs in every category, and none of the specialists thought she was cognizant of her surroundings. Lo and behold, a few years later they accidentally discovered she can communicate almost fully using icon-to-speech buttons, and that she was simply trapped in there and developmentally stunted somewhat. I work in dementia care. Lord knows this isn't the truth for either population. A lady I took care of several years ago was thought to be nonverbal and beyond the ability to understand speech. We were changing her one night, and she looked at me and said, "When does school start back?" Clear as a bell. I was in college at the time. I have taken care of many nonverbal dementia patients. Oh yes, they can most definitely hear AD process your words. Being kind costs you nothing. No one was being unkind to her. I'm aware that they, sometimes, can understand language even if they can't verbally communicate. I've been in this line of work for almost 13 years. It was just a lesson to those who work in the industry to remember to watch what they say. Dads are more than babysitters. It's been 20+ years since I was a single father, but the attitudes towards men and parenthood haven't changed as much as they should have. Don't ask a dad if he is giving mom a break today. Don't assume dad doesn't know how to settle down their child. Don't stare at dad at the park when dad is there with his kids. And for God's sake, can businesses install a change table in the men's washroom? I was a single dad when my now 22-year-old was 11 to 16 and I have a now 6-year-old. The freaking looks and comments I get are insane. We were in Costco of all places having ice cream waiting for my wife to check out. Lady walked up with a cop. Accused me of kidnapping a child. I looked at the cop and said, WTF, it's my son, wanna see baby pics on my phone? He was confused. Seems this woman, Karen in her 50s, saw a dude with a kid watching skibbity videos on my phone and assumed he was kidnapped? I wanted to press some kinda charge or complaint. Cop just left. Costco, however, trespassed her for causing a scene. That's nuts, and I'm sorry that has happened to you. I have a 9-month-old and go to Costco all the time with him and without his mother. Not once I have felt like people were looking at me strange. Several older people and the sample employees like to comment about my son and his long hair, but absolutely nothing negative. Glad Costco stepped up and did something for you. That there is anything even remotely approaching a consensus on best practices when it comes to raising a child. I've only been a parent for 5 months, and the sheer volume of confident, authoritative, and completely contradictory advice I've received has been staggering. As best as I can tell, just work on keeping them healthy, secure, and loved, and try to muddle your way through as best you can on rest. ETA, folks, if you think you're the first to point out that everyone agrees that corporal punishment is, in fact, bad, you're not. I'd been including don't beat your child in the keep them healthy, secure, and loved directive, but thanks anyway. I've been a mom for over 20 years and I cannot tell you the number of times the advice has not only changed but done a 180 reversal. My eldest and youngest are over 5 years apart in age, and I swear some advice reversed itself twice between the two. Yep. By the third, you're just like, well, let's see what happens, I guess. 3 kids got us confident we knew what we were doing. 4th kid showed us we knew next to nothing about parenting. LOL, it be that way. My mom had 6 and 4 out of 6 have been arrested, so at this point my fingers are just crossed. The mugshot Christmas card was cool though. I'm an older parent. IMO, a lot of who the kids grow up to become is simply them. For the kids who turn out well or don't, people will look back and think if I had only done this more often, and pass it off as advice. Parents shouldn't beat themselves up. Don't traumatize the kids. Don't spoil them. Support them in their interests. Outside of that, just let them become who they will become and enjoy the ride. It's a shorter run than you think at the time. At some point, we as a society may find that electronics are bad, something in our food is a problem, lack of interaction is an issue, etc. But as an individual parent, it's really hard to swim against the stream. It's fine to research and take reasonable steps to avoid this, but I see too many young parents totally overwhelmed with advice and data. My sister and I are very different people on a biological/brain level. And you can really see the impact of parenting in the commonalities. Both of us have strong sense of morality even if we express it in very different ways. Both of us have a healthy body image/attitude toward food because our mom never modeled disordered habits or insecurities regardless of how she felt. Both of us expect to be treated with respect by our friends and partners because we were raised by parents who treated us with respect, apologized when they were young, and taught us that our words had value. Both of us get along and listen to each other, if not fully understand each other, because we were raised by parents that prioritized our relationship with each other. I didn't realize until I was in college what a gift and a privilege it was to be able to articulate, "Mom, when you say that, it makes me feel," and have it listened to. If you can raise a kid that can do that, it's a lot easier to self-correct as you go. Keep peanut products away from them until older. Giving them smooth peanut butter when they are on solids not only adds a good source nutrition but reduces the chances peanut allergy. My freaked out when she saw me giving peanut butter as my son's second food. Then she calmed down and read the research. After that, she was instrumental in adding my food allergies to my son's diet. I keep a kiwi-free home so to the severity of my allergy. She also got a real grandma high in giving my baby tiny bites of chocolate. I'm also allergic to that. Geez. I can't envision my life being allergic to chocolate. My sibling was born allergic to chocolate. Honestly, if you never got exposed to chocolate as food, you don't crave or yearn for it. It isn't food, in your mind. The few times my sibling did taste some chocolate, with EpiPen poised and ready, they said it really wasn't all that. Now, developing an allergy to chocolate later in your life? That'd suck. Please like and subscribe for more daily content.